Well, hello, Anna. I think I go live first a little bit. Why not? Well, howdy, Garnet Toll. How you doing? Let's work on this piece of obsidian. Let's actually zoom in with the phone here. And we got some fire layers in there. Now, I'm gonna try to go down as far as I can, but there's not a lot of wiggle room between this layer and that layer. Super, super thin. I'll try, but we'll see. I could just leave it as is. I really, really don't want to mess this up. It's not my rock. No pressure. Cool evening here on the coast. I'm trying to learn from watching you, and I'm usually lurking in the background. Well, nice. Yeah, so I'm using the 140 grit. So I use my other grinding machine to kind of grind down all, like there was like from here up to here, there is that much waste material. I could have used my saw to cut the top off and just be done with it, but I wanted to kind of just grind down to the layer. And there is a fire layer down here, but I'm not gonna do that one. Oh, howdy, Applegate. Oh, I didn't know Dave was live. I said my music playing. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop my music and go live instead. Well, hi there, Romania Rockhound. Figure you all can keep me on track, on task. It may not seem like it, but actually it does seem like it. This is going to take a while, so hope you got snacks. Okay, this will take a minute. I go super, super slow with this process. Can't go too fast. Oh, hi there, Santos. This is obsidian. And if you see that color down here, that's fire obsidian. And we have to very, 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 very slowly get rid of this little gray patch right there. And I would like to get rid of the secondary gray patch there, but it all depends on how long this is going to take. There is some color up here towards the top here. Turn off this light. Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of this top patch and then maybe get rid of some of this down here, like towards the bottom, and leave this top corner alone, because there's a lot of color in that little corner right there. Well, hi there, Janet. The hard part with this process is you have to kind of work, you have to work in the mindset that you have still 3 more stages. Technically 4. You can't remove too much material above the layer that you need. That's a beautiful layer though. I'll work on getting rid of that little silver beam first, and then I'll work on them down here. Slowly but surely we'll get there. Oh yeah, no, it is difficult because if you look, I don't know how well it's going to show in the camera here. Do you see how close those layers are together? I mean, Santos, people have used fire obsidian for arrowheads, but just because of how hard it is to get fire obsidian for like a decent price, you'd almost be best to use like other obsidian. Like rainbow obsidian would be good for arrowheads. Taking forever. I really want to go to the diamond wheel again, but I don't want to risk it. Really don't want to risk it. Yeah, it's getting smaller. It's just taking a little while. So we come up here. Some nice color in there. Yeah. Well, I missed everybody. I know I've been gone for a while. Long time. There we go. See, now we're moving quicker. Normally you want to use like the whole wheel, but in this instance I'm using the edge of it so I can have a better control of where I'm grinding away here. So obsidian comes from all over. Wherever there was ancient like volcanic activity, you typically find obsidian. This particular obsidian came from Glass Butte here in Oregon, but you can get obsidian all over. This particular variety is like the fire obsidian is only known in Oregon and nowhere else in the world. Like in was it Utah or Nevada? Someone help me out with this. I think it's Utah where you can actually get snowflake obsidian. And apparently I wasn't too far from there when I went for trilobite. Yeah, Opal guy. I think that's something that's going to happen from here on out is around the end of August through September will be my vacation month. At least from doing like live rock sales. But I'm still technically working. And I think once the shed gets here, I will have to kind of be in overdrive until that thing gets paid off. Well, hi there, Amanda. Yeah, we very carefully got to grind down to get to most of this. I want to keep this layer up here the best I can because it's got a lot of color up there. You kind of see how it kind of is colorful and then it like stops. And then we have another layer down there. You know, Santos, I don't think so. But I could be wrong. We almost have that one layer taken care of here. Literally descending a little bit at a time. Almost gone. There we go. That one spot's gone. So now we have that. Oh, it's like a little piece. Is Bruce for someone else for you? Jane, what do you mean? See how thousands of stones all over my room over time for moving them outside to the full moon and back when they chip their tips. Oh. So, I mean, Amanda, yeah, let me show you what you could use. So I know that sometimes money and space is kind of like a big stop for people that want to have like their own lapidary equipment. What I may suggest is, you want to zoom out a little bit and zoom back in just a hair. Come on. My fingers are wet. I'm having a hard time. Oh, okay, that'll have to do. All right, so get yourself one of these. So it's a Fordham. You can get a Dremel too, but I'd recommend one of these because the motor is separate from the handpiece and it kind of reduces the chance of electrical shock. But these are really good to have, and then pair it with some of these tools up here. I should have kept these out so I can use it for showing. You can go to Harbor Freight. You can get some like diamond bits, like these are from Harbor Freight, and you can kind of use those to grind them down a little bit to kind of get the chip out. And then there's a few lapidary companies that sell these Nova Points, which Nova Points are the same company that makes these wheels right here, which I highly recommend. Where the heck are they? So they're called Nova Points. There they are. It's called Nova Points. And so I think it's 280 is the black ones, 280 grit. Gotta look at my wheels here. I believe the gray ones are 600 and the pink ones are 3,000. No, I'm sorry. No, brown ones are 600. Gray ones are 1,200. And you can use these to kind of get your points kind of at least rounded down so they're not so jagged. But yeah, I'd recommend getting a Fordham. Just get some diamond bits and the Nova Points. Because, I mean, if you have the space for lapidary equipment, check Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. But yeah, no, these actually work really well for, because these are the same grit stages as my machine. So yeah, 280 600 grit, 1200, and then the pink. So yeah. And quartz, I mean, if you're going to polish quartz, it'll take a little work for that. You're welcome, Amanda. Let's go through my the comments here. And Santos, is it dangerous to sand certain rocks or minerals? Yes. Some can be more dangerous than others. Like malachite has a high concentration of copper in there, so you gotta be careful with that. And then Bumblebee Jasper has arsenic. You can still work the material. You just gotta keep in mind that you gotta clean your machines afterwards, and just don't use your machines without water. I mean, sanding any material without water, it's not good for your lungs. And I don't recommend it if you don't know what you're doing. I do have here, like my machine down here, I can run this machine wet or dry. Usually when I turn on the fan. I have a mask. I actually have 2 masks now. I forgot why I got that one, but I have 2 different masks for the dust. So I turn on the fan, I open the door, and I blow all the dust out of the shop whenever I do use that machine without water. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. I'll be around. So also, if you haven't seen my videos before, my name's Kyle. I do everything that is rock related. Bones radioactive. I mean, I even got some fossil teeth that are radioactive. Oh yeah, Janet. So the obsidian that I'm working on, it's an older project that we're doing, and I'm doing for Johan. After I do these projects, a couple other projects, I'm not doing any commission work for a while, just because I've been sitting on this for, I don't remember how long anymore. Months. Johan's been very, very, very patient with me. And money cannot buy happiness. Says, I love rock, especially the ocean river ones that are crystal. Well, nice, money. Sorry, I'm scrolling down here. Yeah, Suva Lapidary, the website's really good for pricing for lapidary stuff. Thank you, Opal Guy. Yeah, Amy doesn't like it when I have one here. She says that is depressed, Kyle, because I just don't have time for it. There's Ryan. Howdy, Ryan. Flip you all back around. So yeah, for anyone that's new here that doesn't know who I am, again, my name's Kyle. I do rock related stuff. I do live rock sales on the weekends, and they'll be starting back up next weekend. Well, hi there, Howie. So I right now I'm using the, what is that? What's this grit? That is 140 grit, because I'm trying to very, very carefully get down. Zoom in right here. I want to get rid of at least this, as much of this layer the best I can, and leave this alone up here. I mean, this project, I've been kind of dreading this project, if I'm being absolutely like transparent about it, because how close these layers are to each other. And there's another layer actually that's somewhere down here, and I was gonna try it, but I'm not even gonna do it. Johan, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I can only stand to do this one layer up here because it's nerve-wracking. Let's see here. Yeah, Opal Guy, I'm kind of the same way. My hair grows super, super, super fast. Let's see here. Now, what a friend of mine, Minnesota mining for stones. If anyone knows a great areas around California, I swear and ask. Yeah, so Amanda, a lot of people typically don't share their rock counting spots unless it's like in a well-known area. I see that a lot because I have a couple rock counting groups for Washington and Oregon, and typically people don't share their spots. Which it definitely is frustrating. Oh, I think I have to add water to the machine, right? Yep, I have to add water to the machine. 1 second. You guys want to see what I built? While that's filling up. Took me 2 days to build this stupid thing. Ta-da! Yeah, I built a sandblasted cabinet because what I thought would work for the big fish was not going to work. So I built 2 of the prepping cabinets for those big fish for nothing. I can still use it for the small stuff, but like for the big stuff, I'm going to use that. And it's not plugged in, but I added these lights so they're brighter. The inside's all caulked, so it'll be better. I had to make one more adjustment to it. But that'll make it really nice for prepping all those trilobites. And then, of course, wherever the big fish are at, which I put them somewhere. My big fish. Big fish. There. Plates. Huge. Oh. Do you guys want to see a teaser? So, Josh went down to Brazil. For those who don't know, Josh is my main rock supplier. And which box are we open? He brought back some powellite in quartz. Yeah, so I mean, Amanda, like some of the places I've gone, and if I know that it's in a well documented book, I'll show the location. There's a place here in Oregon called Zinc Creek, and I've only been there once, and it looks like an absolute war zone. It's really sad. But here. which grade is this one? This one is A grade. A grade. So we had 2 different gradients of powellite quartz, and it really is heartbreaking. And I would like to actually go there to make a video on it, why it's important to, like, not over dig, and then also like make sure to fill in your holes and stuff. But yeah, so this is powellite and quartz, or it's supposed powellite and quartz, because I guess they found it once and they didn't find it for a while, and then they found it again, and they're guessing it's the same stuff. And I asked Josh to bring back some stuff because I have a lot of people that make stuff, and here, I'll show you. I'll shut up and I'll show you. Turn off this light. Turn up this light, and we'll grab here. Go. So powellite is supposedly the mineral that causes the phantoms to fluoresce under long wave light. Well, howdy there, Amber. I almost need to grab my small light here. So these will be for sale here very soon. We have A grade and we have B grade. Supposedly the A grade's a little bit more gemmy than the B grade, and we even have over here, we have some ones that have already been polished. Well, polish is of course a relative term. Not polished by me, I should say that. But yeah, this stuff is very, very cool. And he gave me another. Here, let me turn on the lights, because he gave me He gave me spheres, like little spheres. He gave me polish points, like polish towers, and he also gave me some. Oh gosh, little, yeah, the rough material. I just remember which box it is. Like, ah. It'd probably help if I stopped walking too. Let's see if it fluoresces this box here. Yeah. So we have spheres of it as well. So these will be for upcoming Rock Live sales. And so he gave me some new stuff this week. So we have the Powellite and Quartz. We have these 2 giant chunks of Turkish stick agate, which he says like we can just sell as is. I have to go over my notes, find the price. And then got more jeweled pairs, amber, drilled pairs, a bunch of other stuff. He also gave me this to sell as well. Some marcasite from Indonesia, just rough stuff to sell. He actually gifted me some rocks, which are in that box right there. And then more of the Powellite. My camera's terrible. Here, let's try this. Let's... Go live. It could be I'm just moving around. Yeah. So we're going to do this. I'm going to try to exit out and see if I'll let me come back. Please hold. Still grainy. Nope, it's a little better. So maybe if I don't move. Yeah, I'm also using my data. No, I'm not using my Wi-Fi. So I'll keep my tablet going so I can see what you guys are seeing. But we're gonna flip the camera around because I do have to get this work on this Obsidian because it's been sitting on my top for way too long. Maybe I should try to turn on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, if I just don't move, I should be okay. Or if I bought a new phone, if it'd help. Oh, water. Just gonna dump it in the tray. Be fine. So for the if anyone doesn't know, I use the recyclatory water system. Sediment drops to the bottom of the tray. Feeds me. I wouldn't say clean water. I wouldn't drink this water. I couldn't tell you how old this water is. It's old. Would not be adequate for drinking. Yeah, some of the marcasite is really pretty. The only thing is, though, you gotta be careful about like which marcasite you're using, because some of it doesn't tend to want to. Like I've seen it where the marcasite it degrades over time. So you gotta keep it at like keep it out of a high humidity area or like direct sunlight. And that is in my way. Board's in my way. There we go. keep me posted on the quality of the video so I can make sure to try to fix it the best I can. Howdy, Derek. It should type in chat. My phone does not want me to type. There we go. Getting a little too close for comfort on that one. Yeah. This is so tricky. Well, a bunch left, yeah. Maybe they don't like obsidian. Man, that layer is so close. Oh, out of there, moth. Well, if I would lick it, I'd probably get sick from the water that I'm using. Because this water is old. Old. I just keep adding to the bucket. What's not to like about obsidian? I know, right? The layers is so thin. And the other downside about these layers, I thought I saw it on one side here, yeah. So it might be hard to see. But ever so slightly, these layers are dipping downward, like down. It's not by a lot, but just by enough, which that could be a little frustrating when it comes to this part of the process. But man, I'm trying really hard just to get rid of this top layer here, without going too far down. Like, I don't even think that is that's maybe 2 sheets of paper thick, if that, or maybe as thick as, I don't know. I feel like a business card is probably thicker than like that layer between that top layer and that bottom layer. Well, have a good night, Amanda. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. Always happy to help where I can. Kind of why I started this channel, was to share lapidary advice. Share what I know. Super thin. this is going to be really hard. Technically, that is two layers on top of each other. 1, 2, and then the main layer there. There is no wiggle at all. Oh, hi there, Lava Bison. Oh, Lava Bison, I did see your text. I meant to text you back. It's just I've been a little busy. Oh, there goes our frame rate. Oh, here. Let me turn on Wi-Fi. 1 second. I'm also gonna mute the phone. There. 1 second. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the Wi-Fi. Which one's gonna mute this? Alright, hopefully that helps. I'll turn off this phone. Actually, I'll turn off the tablet here. Hopefully it helps. How's the quality? Wait for my hand to get framed so I can see it on the phone. I can't just see my hand. Oh man, that's super delayed. Where am I behind? Oh, that's behind. There we go. We should be good now. So I had going the Wi-Fi. Hopefully it helps with quite a bit better. See, now we're starting to unveil that bottom layer. And then what I have to do is I have to come over to the edge here once I'm ready and kind of give that a little bit of a dome. Just a little bit, and allow the light in so that we can reflect off that layer. You want to get rid of some more of this, just a little bit more of that. Oh, not a whole lot, just a little, because you don't want to get rid of that layer that's up here, that color. I gotta watch where this edge is so I'm not touching the other wheel. Yeah, I gotta start working on some of the opal that I got from Spencer. Try my hand at it. Yeah, Amber, like this piece, I've been really dreading on even working or even touching because I knew that these layers are gonna be so close to each other. I'm like, this piece is gonna be difficult. So that's why I'm constantly checking where I'm at, so I don't go too far down. Got some deja vu. I feel like I should stop. Well, hi there, James. This one that we're working on right now is 140 grits. It's a Nova wheel. It's a soft resin wheel. And then after this, we'll go down to what's this? 240 is next. Yeah, need a few more days in a day. Because I also have all those trial bites to get prepped up too. those ones actually won't take that long. Those not with my new sandblasting cabinet anyway. Yeah, I would love to have more time in a day to do whatever. Yeah, Josh. So like, I was gonna meet up with Josh down there in Denver, and he was gonna show me around. And he was saying that there's a lot of vendors because of all the tariffs and because of tariffs and I spaced the name of the thing where they hold it before they send it to you. Because of all that, like a lot of vendors had the same stuff from last year, so there wasn't a whole lot of good stuff there. So it worked out. And because I didn't spend all that extra time and money going to Tucson, like that just means I can use that time and money for something else. New message. And I am not going to show that comment. So X before Y and Z? Yeah, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going to make one of those because it would be inappropriate for the channel. Yeah, I would still like to go. It's just maybe another time. It'll always be there. Well, have a good night, Janet. Thanks for popping in to say hello. I can't see the silhouette of like a face. We got a nose. Got the chin there, a little lip, the brow. Intarsia. Like proper Intarsia, no. But I did do a makeshift gnome. It's not quite Intarsia. Like I made this guy a while back. Pooping gnome. It's not quite Intarsia, but has some of the similar, you know, what you should be doing, but I made that. There's a video of it somewhere. Okay, so I need to. This section is so bad. So what I'm doing now, I'm looking for any deep scratches that I don't want, and I feel like I should stop. Like stop grinding down this one because because the layer is dipping down. And whenever a layer is dipping down like that, you're going to end up losing a lot of the side material. I don't want to do that. And I think we should stop it there. I don't want to risk it. It's not my piece. So let's go ahead and, I don't know. Yeah, leave the face in there. Well, hi there, Kathleen. This is Obsidian. It is Fire Obsidian from Oregon. Well, thank you. Well, in that case, I will call it Intarsia. I mean, it's not like high grade stuff. I've seen people do way better stuff than that, like way, way, way better. This message was held for review. Let's see what it says. Oh, that's not offensive. Yeah, we'll leave the cone head. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and start correcting, because like I went a lot in different directions, which when you're working with rock, you don't want to do that. You want to work in one singular direction. But since we're going down the line now, you want to keep working in one direction. So we do want to kind of dome that edge a little bit so the light goes in there. It'll look better once it's all done. Yeah, if you can polish obsidian, you can polish just about everything. The obsidian's a pain in the butt to work with. Oh, hi there, Randall. Maybe Randall. I just don't like having like. So the downside with having a dipping layer is you don't want to have like a dipped surface too much, because then you have like the light wants to kind of have like it wants like the basically sliver where it's hard to explain, but you don't want to have a dipped surface. I'm worried that I might screw this one up, because I like that layer that's up here, and I feel like if I go down too far, we're going to have a dip. That's not going to look nice. So we're going to leave it. I have a piece of obsidian somewhere where like I had to contour it. Yeah, I had to pretty much dip down into it to chase that layer, and it doesn't look good. At least with fire obsidian. If it was any other kind of obsidian, it wouldn't matter. And then what I do is I have an air compressor, which I saw earlier. I just use it to check my work. You want to check your work often. It's not looking too bad so far. And I do have other obsidian over here I need to be doing as well. Like this one right here. We have to get past the gold sheen. There's some nice coloring down here towards the bottom. There's also some nice coloring up here. So what I do with this one, I kind of want to just kind of do a big piece with the multiple layers instead of focusing on one layer and then going through all the other layers. And this one shouldn't take as long to do. It's just, I'm not going to do this one tonight. To get past that gold sheen layer right here to get to those color layers down there. And then I do have another piece here as well. This one is, I call it the winter fire because there's no color to it. It's literally just a, it's like it looks like, it's like polished silver, polished steel. Let me zoom out a little bit. Grab my hand for something here. And right there. That's good. And I'm also going to kind of work on here a little bit too, just clean it up. Because again, there is another fire layer down here somewhere. I think it's actually towards down there. I have to dip it in water to find it. Because it's at a sharp angle. But I'm not gonna bother. And the text area back here. And the nearest part of this material comes from like 3 hours drive. Is your name pronounced McKay? Sorry, give me a second here to read your name so I can make sure I try to say it right. Micaiah? Let me know if I said that right. Micaiah. Are you here in the Northwest? Cool, I got it right. Yeah, the only downside about this material, I'm sure you might already know this, the hot spot to get the fire obsidian, it's been cleaned up. You gotta get really lucky to find the fire now outside the clean. Say such stones can only be found in the desert. I guess you can say it's kind of a deserty area. I mean, there is nothing but sagebrush for as far as the eye can see. Oh, hi there, Freezer. And this is obsidian, fire obsidian. See those colors there? I mean, I'm not going to be polishing this side. I just want to at least clean it up so it doesn't look so bad. Usually if I'm working on fire obsidian, I don't polish anything. I don't polish the edges or the back of a piece. I only polish with the fire obsidian. But I will at least try to clean up a little bit from the graining marks. So this is not so uggo. Perfect. Fine. Yes, I do have Facebook and Instagram, World of Rockhound. I also have TikTok. I focus more of my content here on YouTube, really more than anything. I should be posting everywhere. Hi there, Vishnu. Okay. So that's what it looks like dry. And again, we're not going to focus too much on the sides here. I will come back through and I'll clean up a little bit better than that at some point. It's not right now. So yeah, that's what it looks like dry. And of course, when you get it wet, that's where you can kind of see all the colors and stuff here. We'll zoom in. I think Johan had wanted me to make a video out of this, but I'm not making a video. I figured I'd just do this live a little bit. Same thing. Yeah, there's some good color. That's turning out to be a nice piece. I did see a little scratch. Where'd it go? So it's down here. We actually should be okay to move on. Nope. A little scuff right over here. Yeah, I can always polish the angle. It actually helps find the other layer if Johan wanted to dare try to extract it himself. We can actually almost go to the 600, which I believe I'll have to move my wheels around. Lost my air compressor, or my nozzle. Well, and that's the other thing too, Ryan, is I'll turn this off so hopefully we can actually see a little better. So we dry this off. You should be able to see those little white dots right there. Those are actually the impact marks from the diamond. And so we would really have to go through the 140 grit to really grind this down to get rid of all those white marks. And even then, you kind of have to move it doesn't really show well on camera, but if you were to move this around, even to get these out, there's still like little light, like reflections of light. And those are like really like tiny, itty bitty, like impact marks that are like just underneath the surface. So you really have to like grind those out. But the top, I think the top's ready for the next stage. Zoom out and zoom back in right about here. Because our goal is to turn this into something that looks like, I mean, this is, oh my gosh, that is dusty. My apologies. Goodness. Of course, trying to keep Obsidian clean is ridiculous. There we go. So our goal is to turn this into something that is like, I mean, it's got smudge marks, so I'm trying to like wipe it off, but we're trying to get a nice shine on there. And it does take some time to do. So remaining, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to really not waste a lot of material. So I'm trying to get down to this fire layer right here. So that color layer where the green's at. But because this layer up here also has some color here in the top, I want to kind of leave that layer alone. So we're gonna, there we go. That's better. Try to get the right light here. Now I'm just gonna polish the top here, and then I may do this down here a little bit. Yeah, I've been gone. Dust happens. You're not wrong. Dust also happened when I was working with some equipment out on the front driveway, and the garage door was open. So let's see, that's 1,200. That one's 3,000. We need 600 grit. Get my hands to work. Having a hobby where lapidary is your thing, but you also have carpal tunnel. Sucks. I'm very careful to get these wheels out. I am not. It's right here. This goes down here like that. I know, Ryan. I would love a Titan, but my wallet says no. I'm actually in the process of buying a van for my friend. Their father passed away, and he offered me the van for $6,000, and I'm like, yeah, it actually would be nice to have a vehicle that's good on gas, especially for like long trips I just went on. That's sitting in the driveway right now. I still have to go to the bank to get a loan for it, but... And of course the shed, and everything else. Gotta start selling some rocks. But no, I would love an 8-inch machine. Either, even if it's the Kingsley North model with the Nova wheels, I'd be happy with that. Yeah, those Titans are expensive. Hi there, John. We are working on sanding some obsidian here. So we have a piece of obsidian. It's called Fire Obsidian. Only comes from Oregon. This is a friend's rock that I told them I would polish up. Well, it's paying me to polish anyway. And this has been sitting on my to-do bench for months. 7 wheels on my Copington. This thing is pretty tight. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's... You know, Ryan, even if they made a base machine that's big, it'd actually be nice to have two large machines. Have one with the 6-inch, or a large machine with the 6-inch wheels where you can have like multiple wheels. But then have another machine with the 8-inch wheels but less wheels. Because like this machine, like this top plate is actually adjustable. The only thing is I'd have to carve it into aluminum base to get the 8-inch wheels on. What is a Victola? Nah, this sandpaper isn't worn out. These wheels are still really good. Only because I'm not working on these on this machine every day. So these wheels last me a super long time. I do see a little problem. Oh, it's not a problem. Oh yeah, that is a problem. Okay. Oh, a record player? Then probably not. I am handy, but I'm not that handy. So we actually do have a problem with this piece because I spent a lot of time trying to get rid of the layer right here. The surface dips down just a little bit, right in here. So I have a high spot here and a high spot here, and this is a low spot. So that's gonna be difficult. We'll have to use the edge of the wheel to really sand it. So we're on 600 grit. Now, a lot of people think that working with obsidian is difficult, grinding it, sanding it. Realistically, the hardest thing about working with obsidian is actually the polish part. That's the part that kind of is the most tricky, because you're trying to get all the scratches out. As far as like grinding it away and sanding it, that's the easy part. Getting the scratches out. feeling I have a... Yeah, sometimes it does grind too easy. That's why when I was working on this part up here, I would to not use the diamond wheel on it. Oh yeah, this is still gonna be a nice piece. Yeah, right. And I would love to have an 8-inch machine. I'd have more room, I think. There's a spot. I mean, I need more room in general. North Carolina. By the way, it's late for you. I do want to go to the Carolinas though at some point. Whenever I can afford to travel and do stuff. Look for some Megalodon teeth. Ryan. In the future. Or in your case, in the past. I have one opal that I found over there in Idaho, and it was my favorite one, and I gotta see if I can find it, because I really hope I didn't leave it in my pants when I did laundry and then had it get ruined. Okay. I'm not crazy about the finish on this side, so I gotta hit that again. Everywhere else is looking good so far, though. I had someone critique me not that long ago about using like the super high grit wheels for Obsidian. I'm like, I don't need to get that crazy with the wheels. I've been having the same process for years, and it works fine. If it ain't fixed, don't break it. Or no, if it ain't fixed, don't. No, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, there we go. I do see some really fine scratches. The camera will not pick it up. I'm not going to try to show it. But they're there. Trust me. So if there's anyone new here that hasn't seen this process, I typically do 140, 280, 600, 1200. I completely skip the 3000 grit for Obsidian, and I go straight to cerium oxide polish. And it works fine. There are some materials that I will use the 3000 grit on. such as that. That is Torito wood from the Oregon coast. I will use a 3000 grit wood on that, and I will not use this on my cerium oxide wheel because the sand that is on that could potentially cross-contaminate the polisher wheel. You just take your time. We're not in any huge rush. Make sure you get a good round edge on that. The light can get in there. Good old Rick. Oh, poop. I got a thick pad over there. My bad. Try to keep it on the time so I don't work too late. We'll have tomorrow too. Okay. Gotta fix that. There. Don't like that. Maybe we can get that out with the 1200, hopefully. I'm just checking my work here. So I got a big old scuff right up here. I don't like that. And I got a scuff down here. And a couple scratches on this side. Oh, I should probably turn off the air compressor so it doesn't go off randomly and scare me. There we go. It's usually the hard part because I want to fix that without so again, it's hard because we have two high spots right here. That's the value of the surface, and I could fix that by grinding down this side. But if I do that, then we lose that fire layer right there. John, it could be both. It all depends on what I'm doing. Like this, I'll be getting paid for this project. But I do have other stuff I do for myself, just for my personal collection. So it all depends on what it is. Like if it's something for me, then it's hobby. But if it's for something that I plan on selling, then technically it's my job because here I'll show you. So, like John, technically I'm on what I call a work vacation. I'm not selling rocks until next week. I took some time off, and I did some traveling to make content and to get rocks. But I have grinders, sanders, fossil stuff over here. I still have to get this plugged in. It's my polishing wheel. It's been sitting outside for weeks at this point, so I finally brought everything back in, and like everything's a little bit of a mess right now. Like I used this tonight to grind down the top of that stone, so that is all obsidian dust right there. But on the shelves behind me is stuff I sell. So I have like all this inventory over here. So these are all rocks, crystals, specimens, finished stuff. I got beads, bracelets, and a bunch of other stuff too. Yeah, these are all rocks I sell. So we'll be getting back into it next week. I actually had like all this stuff right here. This all stuff that needs to get priced in preparation for next week. These two boxes right here, these are giveaways that I'm doing on the member side of the channel. So I'm giving away fossil prepping stuff. So it's like head magnifier, some trilobites, turritella, some fish fossils. I'm giving away 2 of those boxes actually this week. Are the scuffs from the build bone find dust on the wheels that don't wash off? So no, the scuffs, Randall, came from when the high spots, and it may have just hit the wrong spot in the wheel. So it's got to work. If it was any other stone, I can fix it really quick, but I gotta be really careful with that one. It's just from the high spots. Green thing. Do you mean that green thing? Or one of the other green things that was on the shelf? Yeah, so like typically we go live. We've been going live on this desk over here, which is right now covered in a bunch of stuff. And then these are everyone's claims trays. Those are all open boxes. Packing stuff, and then this is more packing stuff. Boxes of rocks because we gotta get priced. Fossil stuff, more rock stuff, and then of course, so we're on the Wi-Fi, we can't go outside, but and then I got more stuff out there. That is, I mean, if that's what you're talking about, that is just a battery charger for that leaf blower. I kind of use that for the shop here. Yeah, so John, this is about as clean as I can get it right now. I'm in the process of getting a new space. So once the shed's here, I'll zoom out. Once the shed's here, these shelves, like all this wire shelving, is not going to be in here anymore. And most of the stuff will say where it's at. I'm still unsure if these will be here still, but yeah, all these shelves will not be here anymore. And this can go back to a full lapidary station. But yeah, this is about as clean and neat as I can get it. I mean, everything's relatively organized. Again, the best of my ability right now. I got a lot of stuff. Amy, my wife, she's like, "Are you sure you're not gonna run out of room?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." I ran out of room. So yeah, really the scuff marks, I'm gonna get stuff like that. That's typically like this part of the wheel probably got a little too dry when it was running and it caused the scuffs. So we can get rid of that. It's not a big deal. Well, hi there, Jess. It was nice to meet you in person. Also tell Josh hi. See, Josh, I do what River did. Josh and Jess stopped by Sunday. Hung out for a little bit. We were going to go live, but we got so distracted that we didn't go live. That's okay. There's always an opportunity to go live in Tucson when I make it that way. Yeah. It's a tough one to get out there. Yeah, it was nice to have you guys over. Maybe the next time you guys come over, maybe the new space will be here. Maybe we can make it this way again. Yeah, John, I'm very blessed with the people I have in my life. My wife is very supportive of what I'm doing here. Because I was gone for what? Basically 2 weeks. I went out to the desert to look for my rocks, and I feel like if I was with anyone else, that probably wouldn't happen. Amy, my wife, is very supportive of what I do. Alright, the stuff is pretty much mostly out. You know, John, don't let that get you down. Because there is time where I didn't, dating one for a while. Good things will happen. Gotta be patient. Ryan. No, I would like teach Amy how to do stuff because Amy wanted to go live last weekend and this weekend, but I just told her I'm just gonna pay her out. I need to get money in the bank account so I can pay her. I just told her I would just pay her so she could take time off because if she goes live, that means I have to work too, and I didn't feel like working, so. You can blame that on me. I'm like, I'm just gonna pay you. Take the weekend off. Because she was gonna get back into it because I was gone for so long, and she relies on those live sales too. I just told her I'd pay her. But yeah, I would like to teach Amy how to do the invoicing and do everything on her own. I know, I think at first she might be a little hard to do that because she might worry that she might mess up, which, we're human. Accidents will happen no matter what. But it'd be nice to teach her that so she can go live while I'm gone. Jess. Okay, we might be okay to go on to the next step, but we're just gonna double check here. And we're also gonna bring out my ShamWow. Ow. Ow. Make sure I've gotten Owen Wilson to do the advert for these things. ShamWow. Ryan, I feel like if River did a live sale, she'd sell out. But these ShamWows actually are really great. I don't care for the guy that did the commercials. Because I think he did a commercial. He's like, screw the environment, buy a ShamWow. I'm like, I don't like that statement. But I do like the ShamWows. Okay. So, actually, let's turn off that light. I'll turn off this light. Oh, hi there, Josh. Those scratches might come out with the 1200, maybe. Maybe not. Do you have a questionable spot here? Josh. Yeah, we're gonna teach everyone how to do invoicing. This is where we're gonna be multifaceted. We're gonna do lapidary and then teach people how to do invoices. No, yeah, I feel like if I did like wherever like every rock was like one set price, I'm like, all right, and I just had River do it, I feel like she would just sell everything. And then have that money go towards something for her or something. And this message was held for review. Why was it held for review? Let's look at the message. I don't understand what that says. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and attempt to use the 1200 grit. And hopefully we can get this scuff over here. But you can see with the light how it kind of like has a little distortion a little bit. So like this piece kind of carved down a little bit to kind of get to that bottom layer, which it's okay for now, but not a deal. Ooh, Amber, you know, that's a good idea. Because like the thing is, since I'm not buying rocks for a little while, as far as like I'm not buying wholesale until the tariffs and stuff have like pretty much settled down. I pretty much I had to spend money on other stuff for the business because I don't want to give that money to the government. Invest. Oh, Josh, I was showing my my supplier friend Josh all the Malawis, and I was telling him the prices. He's like, "Really?" He's like, "I could probably just sell those for more." I'm like, "Yeah, you could." But yeah, he saw the agates and he was like, "Man, these are actually really nice." So James, for this one, I'll polish I'm not gonna polish it tonight because it is a process, and plus I don't have a polishing wheel plugged in right now. But I will end up polishing the top part here, and Amber, yeah, I will go back through. I will sand this down. I'll polish this side too, and that's it. But yeah, it's not that it's like soup. Yeah, it's really finicky to polish. And I can't remember if this is the new wheel or the old one. But it's the 1200 grit. This is typically the step that I go to before we go to polish. And we always use water with these wheels. Because these wheels are really expensive. There are cheaper ones in the market, but you get what you pay for. Actually, I did buy my friend's Cab King, and I've been meaning to test the wheels, play around with it. It's only $800. Basically brand new. Yeah, Jess. Typically, I am always cleaning them because I mean, except for my saw that's outside. I don't know if you saw the trim saw or not, but I haven't seen that one in a minute. But for the most part, I am always keeping wiping things down. I don't like dirty machines. And I feel like if I were to rent out my lapidator equipment, I would expect to teach people to wipe them down when they got done too. Cleanliness is important around here. Actually, one of the reasons why I'm at my so here's the thing. I have saws, they're outside. I would like them to be inside, but they get messy. And the other thing too, when working with Obsidian, is when you have a bigger surface area, that's when it gets more tricky to get a good polish, because you're always having to fight scratches. Like you can get rid of a scratch here, all of a sudden a scratch pops up on the other side. It gets a little infuriating. So the bigger the surface area, the harder it is to really get a good shine, get all the scratches out. The smaller the surface area, the better. Also, the more of a dome you have, the better. Whereas more flat, then it kind of gets a little tricky. So I will not polish it tonight, but I will polish this tomorrow. I'll go live again tomorrow at some point. I don't know when yet. Maybe during the day at some point. Because I will not... If I go live on Saturday doing anything, it might not be until the night when River goes to bed. Because I'll be helping a friend out with their with an estate sale. Trying to help keep an eye on things. Ryan, did they get the specs wrong on the width? Okay, let's check our work. I mean, before we dry it off, it's actually looking really nice. I think Johan will hopefully be happy with that, because that's about as comfortable as far as going down I'm willing to go on that piece. Okay, I just thought that scuff up there, we gotta work that scuff out. We got a scuff down here, we gotta work that out. And those scratches are fairly deep, so we gotta work, I think, with the edge of the wheel, and hopefully we can get those out. Otherwise, oh, weird. But yeah, let me zoom in here. It's gonna be hard to see with this with these LED lights. So let's use the other light here. But yeah, let's get in there. Did I leave the pencil up here? I did not. Yeah, I gotta love that shrinkflation. Oh, these sarcasms. Where the dollar menu is dead. Yeah, I feel bad. I didn't know he was live. Because when I was working on this, I was literally just playing music, and it was just a last minute like decision, like to go live, and I'm like, I'll go live for a little bit. I didn't bother to check to see if he was live. So, Dave, buddy, if you happen to see this after the fact, I am so sorry. There we go. All right. So I'm not going to continue this tonight. I'll continue this tomorrow. But I'm going to work on fixing this right here, that right there, and then I'm going to work on fixing that right there. And it looks like just sand a little bit more on this side. A little bit over here, right here, and just a little over here too. So yeah, we still have a little bit more work to do on this piece here. BTM, I am marking where to kind of continue tomorrow because we are working on getting this piece of obsidian polished. This is fire obsidian. So if I grab some water here. So once it gets polished up, we should have a nice shine on this piece once we get all done. Just gotta work on getting all the scratches out. And so yeah, I haven't been taking on any customer projects because time is kind of a finicky thing right now. But I made an exception for this project, and it's kind of difficult, but it's working out so far. Oh, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. I do got a bunch of other videos and how to polish stuff, like this one right here. Same thing. I did grind the top down here. This top layer here, it's called gold sheen. Got a little shimmer. But underneath, excuse me, underneath we do have some fire layers down here as well. And so the layers start here. So we got layers start there. And for those that don't know, the fire obsidian can be tricky. You can have a layer and all of a sudden it just stops, and it just stops right there. But we have 1, 2, kind of silver sheen a little bit on this layer there, 3, and we got 4, 5. Oh, actually that's technically the 5th layer right there. So 5 and then 6. So there's a lot of layers in that piece. And I'm just gonna get rid of this top layer here and then just dome it. And then this one, I'm not sure if I want to touch this piece. I'll have to let them know. Mainly, so that's this layer right here. That's the layer. But it doesn't go all the way to this other side. It stops right here, and it kind of goes that way in a little triangle. And if we got our little light over here, yeah, it's just a triangle layer. It stops right there, right where this light's at. It's just a small little triangle piece, and that one would be the. It's just be a silver layer. Can we see it from the other side? I don't think we can. We can a little bit. So it just be a silver layer. There's no color to it. Right there. And I got another piece of obsidian. I'm supposed to work for a friend. I gotta find it. It's floating around here somewhere. Yeah. But I will leave this in the tray so I know where I'm at. This one goes over here. That one stays on the counter. And unplug this. So yeah, for those that weren't here earlier, for upcoming live sales, we have some Powlite and quartz. We have rough. We have spheres. We have polished towers. But the Powlite is supposedly what gives the fluorescence in this quartz. And Josh brought back a bunch. So we have A grade, we got B grade. Actually, I think that's A and B. That's B grade. That's A grade. So we have a bunch of it. And then also he dropped off some other quartz too. This stuff isn't fluoresce. But he did also drop off some tourmalated quartz for sale. Well, hi there, Griggs. I know it's been a minute. I'm just going through, and we just put a pause and work on some obsidian for a little bit. I'll pick it back up tomorrow. And looking at some of the stuff that Josh dropped off today. But yeah, I moved that opal into the rock room. It's not in here. And I gotta polish this up still. Ooh, nice catch. Yeah, I gotta finish. I gotta get that worked here too. View message. What does it say? Why I can't read Spanish? I'm sorry. I think it's Spanish. I gotta get this thing priced too. And again, I'm not buying rocks for a while. So what I have now is what I have. How to carve a pyramid? I've actually never carved a pyramid, but I can't imagine it'd be very difficult. It's pretty much get a block of stone. I mean, a block enough, and then make 5 cuts on it. Assuming you get the cuts right, and then you have a pyramid. Actually, let me just turn this on. Boom. Oh. Here it is. Yeah, we got more fire obsidian over here. One of these is Steve's. I told him I'd polish a piece of obsidian for him. I have to figure out which one it is. It was one of these. One of these 3 pieces over here was his. What's that? Oh, hey. Look at that. Nice little fire layers. Oh yeah, Ryan, I still gotta. I gotta fix my, because I have a fastening machine, and I need to get around to getting, what is it? I need a new switch and a new motor, and it's just sitting there right now. So I guess I'll get to it when I get to it. I have not tried working or melting obsidian. I know obsidian would have a really high melting point, and I think a lot has to do with the maybe with the color. I feel like it'd have to be a super high temperature. I would love to experiment with melting obsidian and then reshaping it. Yeah, I think I bought that fasting machine for like $450. It came with all the bits and bobs. Then find out that it needs repair. It's okay. But yeah, I would actually love to do an experiment with if I can ever get around to getting the resource for it, of melting in this like plain clear black obsidian that doesn't have any like inclusions in it, and then just get the get some magnetite crystals, and then like melt those down, and then mix the two and see what happens. Wow, there, gaming diabetic. Make sure I read that right. It would be a cool project. Plus, it'd be really cool to be able to melt obsidian down and just in general, and just like make plates or make bowls. Because I would love like an obsidian coffee cup, hand wash only. Really emphasis on the hand wash. But yeah, I'm excited for a lot of the stuff that's coming to the future, because we have all the trilobites. And I think what I might do, for whoever wins the giveaways on the member side of the channel, I will ask them if they want me to prep the trilobites in there with the baking soda, now that I've realized how easy it is to do. And I'll have to do like a reminder post, I think, tomorrow about the giveaway, so people don't forget, because I put a little bit of thought into that giveaway for this month. Ryan, I should ask. I'll have to be around here. So we have this fossil that's in here, this fish fossil. I did something different. I did an experiment. Uh-oh, don't want to lose that. I did an experiment where I glued, because part of the face fell off, and I glued it back on there and prepped down to it. And I used just the Elmer's glue. So I used this here, is like a mix with the water, so it's not super strong, and it kind of worked. There's some areas a little sticky, like they were kind of, it was hard to prep down to, but it actually worked fairly well. But look at the little teeth on that thing. Look at the teeth. Look at it. See, I'm working on prepping that fish down. I was like, Opal guys, going to bed. Have a good night, Opal guy. Nice seeing you in chat. Sorry, Josh gave me a rock in here. I wanted to show you all because I thought it was really cool. I forgot where he said it was from. I think he said Indonesia. Yeah. It's like some kind of seam agate. And he gave these to me. And I really like these because it had the dragons. Well, hi there, Age of Anderson. We're just doing a little nightcap of some rocks. I'm going to find my UV lights. Okay, they're over here. All right. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the one downside about playing the copyright song, where songs that are not copyright free, which I think people should be allowed to play them for lives. It's not like, yeah, it's ridiculous. So let's turn off this light, and we're gonna test. Let's start with shortwave. See what shortwave does in it. Not really. Shortwave doesn't do anything. Midwave. Oh, hello. Sorry, we got to prop this rock up so I can see this better. So we can see this better. There we go. Okay, that's cool. It looks cooler in person. Like, it's like more yellow in person. Like yellow and pink. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay. That's neat. I like that. Cool. And what about long wave? Long wave, it's more yellow. And kind of an orange for the calcite. Okay, that's cool. That's neat. I like that. So he's like, yeah, you can probably make these into cabs. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to make it into cabs. Because like I've been on a kick for dogtooth calcites lately. It doesn't matter. Dragon scale, Cobultion, it doesn't matter. Like I'm on a kick for dogtooth calcite. And like that is just, that's cool. So I think what I might do with these when I get around to it is, since it's calcite, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to polish. But I would like to let me sand down the faces a little bit of them. Yeah, I think the midwave looked way better for these. That's more of a solid piece. Yeah, he gave me a big old box of this stuff. I forgot what he said it was, but I should do a video on these, I think. With all this time I have. I wish I had, like, I wish I could afford to take more time off. Because it's been kind of nice. Just like, I miss selling rocks. I miss doing live sales. It is a lot of work. But I also miss just kind of like doing stuff in the shop and just kind of like cleaning and organizing. Next year. Yeah, I will cab. I'll probably try to maybe like do a cab off maybe this small piece here. Because he was saying something about how people tried, they mainly look for like the waviness pattern, which might have been a piece that's down there in the other part. Maybe it was that one. You said that people like to find the more wavy patterns like on the edge. But is it all of them? That might have been all of them. Oh, there's one down there. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Nice little, well, it's a nice little box of goodies. I probably won't keep them all. What I might do is keep at least one for myself, maybe. Which one would I want to keep? Probably the first one. That's probably my favorite one. Maybe do an end cut on that one because I want to keep the points. So yeah, do maybe end cut on that one to keep the points together, and then maybe do a giveaway in the rest. I don't think I'd want to. Yeah, I'll probably just do like a giveaway or something eventually on the ones I don't want to keep. Pay it forward. But yeah, these, there's two of those really big trigger stick, little fractured, naturally fractured. I'm trying to move it here so we can show it. Oh my gosh. Here we go. And yeah, he said we can sell that one. I might even try to hit it with the high-speed sander. Clean up a little bit. Maybe not do that, Kyle. Scratch my table, not a big deal. But yeah, these will be for sale. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask whoever wants it, or if anyone buys it, if they want me to do like just a quick sand on it. Not a polish. Not a polish. It's a quick high-speed sand with the Richardson sander. Get all the saw marks out. I don't think I showed you all this. Did I? I don't think it did. Convulsion calcite with native copper. Native copper. Don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. I just want to zoom in. So zoom out and then zoom in. How's the game? Yeah, these aren't priced. I will say they are going to be very expensive, though. Yeah, convulsion calcite, colwezite is the little fuzzy moldy looking things. It kind of does, Randall. And then I finally found this again. For those that don't know, this is actually the piece of obsidian that kicked off my need to learn how to polish obsidian because the rock shop here couldn't do it. So that was the very first piece I had asked someone to cut and polish, and I want to fix it. Grind that down, give it a good polish. That's the one that started it all. Don't drop it. Okay. Yeah, I also bought a piece of the. That's one of the polished pieces of the Powlite and Quartz. It's got the Phantoms in there and the Phantoms Fluoresce. And I had to have a piece. Well, I should say I went to go buy it. Josh, when I went to go pay Josh, he's like, "Nah, it's a gift." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, buddy." But yeah, I wish I had more stuff to show you all right now. But the stuff I wanted to show you is in the rock room, and River's asleep, so don't want to wake her up. So all the boxes that I've gotten from my stuff from Africa. It took me a couple hours to get them all broken down and got them recycled because I'm not putting anything back in boxes again. And I'm glad I did because I found calcite, azurite, smoke quartz. I think I found four crystals that were still in the boxes that were outside, just sitting there. And one of them was this one. And I'm like, I can't believe I just left a $90 rock out in those boxes. Whoops. But yeah, all the boxes have been broken down. No joke. Between all the boxes, all the filler material is in those boxes. The van that I have outside, it's a Dodge Grand Caravan. It was full. Like the front seat, River's seat, the entire back of the van, like the whole thing was just filled with cardboard. It was a busy day. But it is 11:30. I could keep working, but I'm going to save the rest of this project for tomorrow, and I will not work on it until I'm with everyone here, so we will do another live. And then I will make sure to get the polishing machine turned, like plugged in, so we have some power for that tomorrow. And we'll get that polished and hopefully done tomorrow. And this other piece here, there is one big issue that I see on this piece, and it could be bad. Yeah, if the internet is willing, we'll make sure to use the Wi-Fi so we don't use my data. Apparently it doesn't like my data. So you zoom out. Yeah. See that? That's a fracture. It's going through the stone. That's not good right there. So we'll approach that issue tomorrow when we get there. And in the meantime, thank you, everyone. I missed you all. If I go live, it's going to be during the day. It's not going to be during the evening. So it's going to be when River's not here. Yeah, because I don't have anything else planned for tomorrow that I'm aware of anyway. So, yes, sweet dreams, everyone. I will see you at some point tomorrow. So kind of keep an eye out whenever I feel like it. At this point, I'm an adult. I do what I want. So I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah. So bye, everybody. And here we go. Here comes the big old boop. Yeah, Randall, I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know if I decide to sell it. It's gonna be a toss up between that one and like there's another one I want to keep, so I'll keep it posted. But yeah. Bye. Oops. Passes. Bye, everybody. Boop. And we'll pose with the gnome. This guy right here. Bye.